get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us, Shane Mickle with us, Millz Young, Big Al McMordie, Wayne Scott, Ninos, and Alex Smart. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Smart, Ninos, McMordie, Mickle, Young, Scott, and then I will close this one out. All right, on the board tonight, a few NHL, a few MLB, and all the teams in action tonight from the NHL. Second to last night in the regular season. We got 2 games tomorrow in the NHL. So let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Alex in right now. Ready to roll with Alex Smart. Alex, what's happening?
How you doing, Tony? We're going to do some hockey tonight. We're going to attack a money line situation, or actually a puck line situation. This is a game right now. The Winnipeg Jets found a way to make it into the playoffs, and they can't really do much more from here on in. And they go into play a Colorado Avalanche that had a 5-game winning streak just end last time out in overtime, and they're 8-1-1 their last 10 games. Playing great hockey. This is defending Stanley Cup champions in top form running into the playoffs. Dangerous for anybody involved playing them. And there's still seeding involved here for Colorado. They can still wrap up a better spot. And I really think they're going to play big tonight. I think they're going to come in and play a two-way hockey game, playoff style hockey game against the Winnipeg Jets team that I think is more interested in staying healthy at this point than especially playing a physical game on the road in Colorado against the defending champs. So defending champs tonight look like very strong puck line favorites, and I'm going to grab that. And we're gonna recommend that to our clients.
All right, we got Alex here. Avalanche puck line laid the goal and a half against the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg Jets pretty much locked. Last team in on the West, right? So they're going to play the top team in the Western Conference in round 1, which battle right now between Vegas and the Oilers.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Oilers have had a great year. Only thing about the Oilers that I'm not crazy about is a lack of defense at times, and that's not a great formula in the playoffs. We're talking about the Islanders, and I talk about them a lot because of my futures tickets, but they're the type of team that Black Horse type of team that could really, really do some damage, because I know they're boring as heck, but they're a very, very playoff-orientated style of hockey, and I'm looking for the Islanders to do well. I'm looking for the Oilers to possibly succumb here early, and interesting. These Bruins numbers. I'm throwing this playoff stuff in here at the end, but the Bruins, the last 6 or 7 President's Choice champs, President Trophy champs, have never made it past the second round. So that's something for people to consider. And this is a senior-laden Boston Bruins team too. That's getting a little bit older. Played this entire season like all out. By the time they get to a Stanley Cup championship, it'll be like close to 100 games. I just can't see it. But anyway, I've been wrong before.
All right, here we go with tonight. The Avalanche puck line laid the goal and a half against the Jets, -112. But this one have a start time here of 8 Eastern Time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs tonight. As we said, great results from Alex in the NHL. 894 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs. You can verify that by going to Alex's handicapper page and checking it out there. Okay, so all teams in action from NHL. We got a handful of MLB as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I've got excuse me. I've got a puck line play tonight on. I can't even speak here at the end. Sorry about that. I end up choking on my own. If I can spit it out, I've got one very strong puck line selection this evening, and that'll be it. And we'll be back with Major League Baseball, NHL, and NBA for the weekend.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results here. 894 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs. Coming off a really good day yesterday, so get on board. NHL Power Play up there for you right now. So get on board with that puck line play. And, of course, you can go longer term if you like with Alex. You want to try him up for 7 days, go for it. 7-day all sports pass. All of Alex's premium plays for 7 days would include all his MLB. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs begin on Monday. So you got a lot of action there in that 7 days up until Thursday. NBA playoffs. As we know, we got those 2 play-in rounds tomorrow, and of course then on Saturday and Sunday, those 4-on-4 games as round 1 of the NBA playoffs begin. So great time. Use promo code PICK at checkout and you'll save 15% off. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. See that success. So we'll catch up with you again next week.
I hope that choking thing didn't have anything to do with me actually choking in the future. So
No.
Take care, Tony.
You too. Alex Smart here on the drive to. Let's continue on, guys. We'll bring in Ninos next. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. It's been a good start to the season for Major League Baseball. As we know, Ninos likes his baseball. We'll bring him in right now off the Skype route. Ninos, what's happening?
Doing pretty good, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. The Reds on the mound with their guy, Lodolo. He'll be facing the Phillies here at -123, total of 9.
Yeah, Nick Lodolo looking pretty good so far this season. Actually did really well against this lineup his last time out just a few days ago. Shunned them out, giving up just 3 hits through 7 innings. On the other side, you got Bailey Falter getting the start for the Phillies, and he didn't do too bad. He gave up just 1 run, 4 hits, and 5 innings in his matchup against, and that same matchup actually. But again, I just think that the Phillies here have the better lineup, and I think that's going to make the difference in this matchup. Now, I know Lodolo has been pitching extremely well this season, but again, it's still early. So just 2 starts into this season, I'm not going to put a whole ton of weight into that. And maybe this 3rd time around, this team actually gets to him. Yeah, I don't think Bailey Falter is too bad an option himself. He's coming off a pretty decent season. But I think not facing the toughest lineup in the league either. So I think he does well enough for us tonight. And I think the Phillies get us the win as slight road dogs here.
All right, Ninos here going to go here with the Phillies here, +113 here against the Reds. And, of course, as you mentioned here, it is about the Phillies. It's really going to come down to this. The Phillies lineup looks strong here. Can they get to Lodolo? And, of course, the weakness here within the Phillies has been their bullpen on the road this season.
Yeah, their bullpen's never been, it's been a while since their bullpen's been really good. And but again, I just think this lineup gives us enough run support here to build enough of a lead to I guess you could look at them in the first 5 innings, but didn't really want to go that route either because Lodolo's been hot to start his season, so he might come out strong too. But I think the Phillies do get to him eventually, or the Reds bullpen. Again, maybe the Reds do have the edge late with their bullpen, but in my book at least, the Phillies lineup kind of cancels that edge out a little bit. So yeah, just gonna ride with the Phillies lineup here. And forgot to mention real quick, the Phillies are 6-1 the last 7 meetings against the Reds. They did lose that last one, but they'd won the 6 previous ones before that. So doing pretty well against this ball club. And again, I just don't see Bailey Falter blowing that for them. So I'm gonna ride with the Phillies here. All
right. The Phillies +113 against the Reds. This one have a start time here, 6:40 Eastern time, less than half an hour away. All right, Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight's action. Of course, we do have all NHL action tonight, all teams in action. NHL, handful of Major League Baseball games as well here in the primetime hour. Good results from baseball to start the season. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I got my best bet in the NHL, MLB, and I got a 3-pack in the NHL. So my MLB 3-pack already went off today, off to a pretty good start. And also got my $19 play for tomorrow's NBA action. So if you want to check that out already, grab a long-term pass if you want to get all the plays.
Yeah, let's get on board. Ninos over at Pick Dogs. Pretty good results in Major League Baseball. He's got a Major League Baseball play up there for you, as well as NHL, and is already ready to roll here with an NBA alley-oop. He doesn't have to sweat out the Lakers. They're in. They play on Sunday, so get on board with Ninos. But don't forget about the long-term passes there. Ninos with an NBA season pass as well as an NHL season pass. Cover the entire postseason. Remember, PICK is a promo code at checkout to save that 15% off. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
You got El Ninos here on the drive-thru. Remember, guys, a lot of people sign in right now. If you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Bring in Big Al McMordie here on the show for you. Catch him over at Pick Dodge Premium. A little limited schedule today, so Big Al is going to give you some NBA series. Interesting plays from Big Al McMordie today. We'll bring him in right now. Big Al, how you doing?
Good, Tony. How are you?
Doing great. All right. You've got some series prices as, of course, the NBA round one of the playoffs begin on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, based on my research, Tony, the one thing that correlates greatest with which team will end up winning an NBA series is regular season success, in the matchup. It correlates better than a lot of other things that people might think. So what I do, obviously, is I'll look at the matchups this year, and I'll see which teams have dominated the other teams. And two stand out: the Philadelphia Sixers and the Brooklyn Nets, and then also the Boston Celtics and the Atlanta Hawks. The Celtics and Hawks played 3 times this year, and the Celtics swept the series 3-0. Brooklyn and Philly played 4 times, and Philadelphia swept that series 4-0. Philadelphia actually won those 4 games by an average of 11.25 points per game. They covered the spread by an average of 7.4 points per game. Boston, they won by an average of 13.33 points per game, and they covered by an average of 5.37. But importantly, even though they only met 3 times, 2 out of those 3 games were in Atlanta. So when you take a look at the series odds right now, you're going to lay 9-1 or 10-1 with the 2 series. If someone wants to do that, I don't have a problem with it. If someone wants to lay 10-1 on Boston to win the series, but I think we can approach it a different way and shorten the odds to make it a little bit more attractive. And so the sportsbooks will offer bets where you can lay a number of games, 1.5 games, 2.5 games, etc. And that's what I think we're going to do here. We're going to take the Celtics minus 2.5 games over Atlanta. That's minus 165. And we're going to take the 76ers minus 1.5 games over the Nets at minus 150. Alternately, if you wanted, Tony, we could do 1.5 games rather than 2.5 games. Then they only have to win the series 4-2 instead of 4-1. And then the odds would be minus 310 for Philly or minus 380 for Boston. So anyway, I don't have a problem if you want to take them, at 9-1 or 10-1, if you want to lay 380 or 310, or if you want to lay 165 or 150. But I think all are decent bets and all have decent value.
All right, so on the record here on the show, it's Celtics to win their round 1 series by minus 2.5 games, meaning they have to go either sweep 4-0 or win 4-1. The same goes here with Boston here to get rid of to eliminate the Nets.
Right, and then there's one other potential series. I guess I could talk about it on the weekend show if it materializes. The Denver Nuggets this season were. They played 4 games against Oklahoma City, and they won that one 3-1. So I would be interested in the Denver Nuggets if they end up meeting the Thunder. I wouldn't be interested in them if they played the Timber Puppies because they split the series 2-2.
There you go. We got that from Big Al. So there you go. Celtics minus 2.5 games at minus 165 in their first round series against Atlanta. And 76ers minus 2.5 games to win the series, minus 150 against Brooklyn. That means both teams, they've got to win 4-0 or 4-1, and each of these bets cash. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's actions. We said all teams in action from the NHL winding up the regular season tomorrow with 2 games, but tonight all teams in action, 15 games. Handful from baseball as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I've got one hockey play tonight. We cashed again yesterday on the New York Islanders, minus 1.5 goals, and I'm now 13-3 my last 16 on the ice. So we look to move to 14-3 today with our NHL game of the week, and I may have another NHL play tomorrow. I've also already posted an NBA play for the play-in round action on Friday, so that's available right now at Pick Dogs. And as I mentioned yesterday, any day I'll begin the baseball season, but nothing I saw today.
All right, guys, got aboard Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. His plays are up there tonight for you from the NHL. It's a pretty good run here from the NHL, so get on board with Big Al McMordie. Also ready to roll here with the NBA. Also, long-term passes. You want to try Big Al out for a month. 1 month all premium plays here from Big Al. You get the first 2 rounds of the NBA series and NHL as well. All this baseball there. And, of course, if you get delves into the Kentucky Derby, that will be covered in that 1 month pass, as well as any of these XFL, USFL that we were kind of joking about before the show, Big Al.
I mean, last year I hit 67% of the USFL. It does kick off this weekend, so we'll see if I have anything for week 1. I may or I may not, but we'll probably have some XFL plays at the least this weekend, and possibly week 1 of the USFL.
That's right, guys. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you 15% off. You can also add a second copper with that 2-for-1 copper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Big Al, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week. But we can always catch up on the weekend shows Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be with Mitch and the gang on Saturdays and Sundays, and then I'll see you back here on Wednesday.
See you indeed. Big Al McMordie here on the drive-thru. I'll continue our coverage,
Thanks,
guys.
John.
You got it. If you missed any pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show, you guys. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Time up. Next up will be Shane Mickle. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Shane's off to a fantastic season here in the NHL, and we're going to get some NHL tonight from Shane from that 15-game card tonight. So we'll go ahead and round up Shane. I think we're ready to roll here with Shane Mickle. Here we go. Shane, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing today, Tony?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Another team in your neck of the woods here. Wild here on the road to face the Predators. Predators favored here, minus 153, total 5.5.
Yeah, if you just seen this line, 2 or 3 weeks ago with, not the last game of the season, this line would be very confusing. I think it would be at worst to pick them for the Wild. Probably maybe the Wild favored, but yeah, like I said, at worst to pick them. But these two teams, there's really not much to play for here for either team. But the main goal here for Minnesota is not get hurt. They've left basically half their team at home. Kaprizov's out, Zuccarella's out, Marcus Johansson's out, Ryan Hartman's suspended, and Sam Steele are also out. And then, of course, on defense, Jared Spurgeon and Jonas Brodin are still out. Now, not all those people are dealing with injuries, but like I said, their main goal here is they've already locked up 3rd place in the Central for the playoffs, so their main goal is to not get anyone hurt. Of course, Nashville really doesn't have anything to play for, but there's going to be a lot of young guys here with this Nashville team that are playing for next year, trying to get a spot on the roster. This is their trial for a lot of these people. Where the Wild, they still have hopefully a few more weeks or a month or 2 left in this season. So I think here the Wild are really going to have issues scoring. That's a lot of offensive firepower out. Your first line center's out. Your best scorers out. I think they have a really big issue scoring here. And even though we're laying a steep price, usually a lot higher than I like to lay in NHL, I still think there's plenty of value here at the Predators. I'm going to take the Predators on the money line.
All right, Shane says go ahead and take the Predators here. The money line, lay the minus 153 here against the Minnesota Wild. Interesting to note here that the Nashville Predators will have a game tomorrow here as they will close out the regular season at home against Colorado. We'll see how much meaning that game will have. But again, they did show some guts there going into Calgary and getting the win there, and also coming in here with good rest here, 2 days.
Yeah, definitely. This Predators team, if they had picked up a few more wins early in the season, this is a team that probably would actually be playing for a lot in this game. They're just missing out on the playoffs. Which with the team of Nashville, that's very disappointing with their fan base and with that team. But I think they're not far off. I'd expect them to see them back in the playoffs next year. But yeah, for this game with well-rested legs, if the Wild defense plays well, it might only take 2 goals to get the job done here with the firepower that Minnesota's missing.
Yeah, and then when you look at Nashville, they won, three straight at home. And look at the goals they've given up here. Just 2 goals or less here where the defense, it's a shame they didn't make the playoffs. But when you look at the goaltending that they've achieved here down the stretch, they would have been a team you got to be keeping an eye on because you're always worried about those good defensive teams with some hot goalies.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's just it. That's why they say the best playoffs in sports is hockey, just because all it takes is a good defense and good goaltending to make a run. So yeah, if they'd made the playoffs, it would have been a team that no one would want to have been seeing with that goaltending.
2 goals or fewer in 7 of their past 8. Predators minus 153 against the Wild, who will be sitting a lot of players and keeping players at home, avoiding this trip. This one, 8 Eastern time. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, all teams in action in the NHL, handful from baseball. Great results in the NHL this year, 1,010 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, it's a huge NHL card tonight, but I actually went soft, only put 1 play up. Be careful out there tonight with the NHL. You always need to worry about the motivations in these end of season games. Who's actually motivated to be playing these games or what they're playing for. So make sure to pay close attention to that. But I also have my 2 best MLB plays. I have my MLB play of the month go off the board already, a winner with the Tampa Bay Rays, who have been a ridiculous start to the season. So get those 3, my 2 best MLB, best NHL in the package, $39.99. I also have my top MLB play of the night, $29.99. But like you've mentioned here, my NHL, I'm one of the top NHL producers on the board this year. NHL Plus is here. I'm low volume in the NHL, so it'll be just one or two plays, probably one play a night with the NHL with the playoffs starting. But there's still plenty of value, so make sure to hop on that long-term pass and let's keep winning together.
That's right, guys. Got over with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dodge Premium. Great results in NHL all over the past 30 days, showing great results and coming off a winning day yesterday. That 1 month pass is great. 2 rounds of the playoffs covered there in NHL and NBA, as well as all of Shane's MLB there for 30 days. Pick is a promo code, save 15% off at checkout. 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can add a second capper, even greater savings there. All right, Shane, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But I know you're also a major contributor over to Pick Dogs and over at Sports Chat in written form.
Yeah, make sure to check out everything on both sites. My MMA will be going up tomorrow. English Premier League is also going up tomorrow, and then of course, all the major sports are also covered. So, you've enjoying the YouTube shows. Make sure to check out all the free written content. There's more free plays than anywhere. So make sure to check it out.
Check it out over at the Big Dog Sports Chat place. Look for Shane Mickle there. All right, Shane, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good night, Tony.
You got Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. Guys, you're going to miss the pick. If you missed the pick, you tuned in late. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that one. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. We got up next here Millz Young. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, you can find Millz with the UFC show with the Brad. They're on during the times that there are UFC shows. We'll get that information from Millz in a second. Millz, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How's everybody doing today?
Doing great. Chat room's ready to roll here. Tonight we're going to Major League Baseball with the Yankees hosting the Twins. We all know how the Yankees done against the Twins here. Yankees minus 135, total 8.5.
Yeah, man. As far as I remember, man, I think the Yankees own the Twins. Don't quote me if I'm wrong or right, but I think it's like 35 to 12 wins within the last 5 years, something like that. 2 pitchers on the mound today. A lot of people probably don't know one of them, but, I'm here to talk about them, And other people, you probably know about one, Joe Ryan, by the way. Joe Ryan started off last year going 13-8, 3.5 ERA. This is the thing, though, that I've been hearing. This year, he actually turned it around a little bit, improving on some numbers, So that's one thing I'm going to be looking at this game is the pitching prospects. And, one way we can make some money on it. I'm going to be looking at the under. So, I looked at it and I said to myself, if I'm just betting on Joe Ryan, this game's definitely going to go over. So let me talk about Johnny Brito. 2-0 right-handed pitcher. He's a ground ball guy at that. He likes to keep the ball on the ground, not a pop fly player out there. So when it comes down to it, he only faced the Twins. No, he hasn't faced the Twins. So they hasn't seen him in the lineup prior. Joe Ryan, on the other hand, he has faced the Yankees before. And there's only one player in the lineup who has a hit off of him. It's Oswaldo Cabrera. So I'm not going to be too worried about that. So I'm going to be looking at the under to give us some numbers. Under 8.5 to cash.
All right, we got under 8.5 to cash here with the Yankees and the Twins. That's the play here from Millz. There's one thing with this Brito. I mean, they brought him up slowly. I mean, he's put his time in the minors, and you look at his minor league career. There's some pretty good numbers in there. But one thing to note here, he was a starter in there that because the Yankees are dealing with injuries to Montas. Rodon is out, Severino is out, so he's one of those guys that had to come in. But usually when you see those guys come in, they come in for a start, then they go back to the minors. But they kept him, which tells you they really like this kid.
That, or else we ain't too healthy at the pitching.
That's it.
We're at the pitching right now. Like you said, you hit it on the head right there. We got a lot of our aces hurt right now. Last thing I heard, Rondon, he got set back too on his comeback as well. But this is the thing though about the Yankees prospect pitchers though. If you pull them up and if they do good, they will stay around. For the people that don't remember, my man Ivan Nova came around and had a real good year with the Yankees. He wasn't supposed to be anything, and he had a solid little year with the Yankees, and then had another year with this. Then got traded to another team and fell off the world. But I like Brito, to be honest, man. The reason why is because I know we don't have a lot of pitchers to call up, and the pitchers that we did call up last year, they didn't pan out to be in our starting rotation this year. So definitely, man, I like the under in here. Another thing about it, the Twins, I think they got 47 runs on the year, 96 hits, 10 home runs. Their main hitter on the year is out, Joey Gallo. Besides that, they got Byron Buxton, who's hitting like minus 300 out there with 2 home runs. So, the runs really aren't flowing like that. So, I'm going to go ahead and trust that. The Yankees probably going to get about 5 runs. And I'm looking at the Twins to get about 2. Because that bullpen for the Yankees usually comes through in those games as well, too.
Oh, the bullpen has been fantastic for this Yankees team. I think it was under 2 for the year. Let me go see the numbers again here. It's been amazing here. 1.90 ERA, all games this season at home, 1.90, not putting up base runners. Yankees, Twins under 8.5. This one, they have a start time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Millz, let's take a look over at pick.com for tonight's action, showing great results in the NBA. NBA back tomorrow, and then get your seatbelt ready, because then we go to round 1 of the playoffs here with Saturday and Sunday. We're getting ready to roll here as we're ready to swing Sacramento. We got to pick. You weren't here on Tuesday. Our man Shane Mickle came in with the dog. Kings over the Warriors, which got everyone's attention in there. And some people in the chat room agreed. So there's some backing for your Kings this year, Millz. And, of course, great results in the NBA this year. We got some hockey, some baseball, heading into a big weekend at UFC, and, of course, NBA as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, man, I got one play up there in the NBA to get you paid. Is this one my Money Loves Baseball? Money Loves Baseball plays up there. It's usually going to be my Money Loves Baseball with my Pitch to Get Rich play up there. So today we got my Money Loves Baseball. $19, credit back. If we don't win, I don't want your money. Take it back and get another pick from somebody else on the site. Credit back guaranteed. You know what it is. It's Thursday. UFC right around the corner. Already typing up plays as we're talking right now. So I got an underdog that I'm going to be putting up there. Got a few bets that I like on the card as well. Going to be giving you guys my best plays and picks. Stay tuned for our Saturday show right after the Pick Dogs morning show. That's when me and Brad will be giving you guys our best plays and picks and parlays. Definitely you got one play up there to get you paid. Get the 3-day pass. NBA is up there. Already got a play that I typed in, just not up for sale yet. So, yeah, already like the NBA action up there for tomorrow as well. And definitely got some UFC bets up there to get you played and paid. But before we go, it wouldn't be right. I gave you guys the game to speak about. Now, here's the prop to get you on top. Little sprinkle money. Sprinkle some little coffee and lunch money on it. Aaron Judge, anytime home run, plus 185. But my man, Fraichi Cordero plus 435 is the way to go. 4 home runs on the season right now. He's kind of remind me of Luke Voigt when we had him, or Jason Giambi. In other runs, home runs are just going right now. So I like those 2 little home run props too in this game.
That's right. I get those props there from Millz. We don't do props. The Cappers can give a prop with their against the spreader side or money line pick, so he'll get them from Millz as well when he's on our show. Get on board with Millz. You see the great results. Hey, we always talk about on Thursday, right? That 3-day pass is the way to roll with Millz. Get Millz' 3 premium plays for 3 days. Get all his NBA, all his MLB, and of course that UFC. That tips how fights are this weekend. So get on board with Millz. Promo code PICK at checkout will save you 15% off. You can also use that promo code PICK at checkout. That saves you 15%. 2-for-1 capper promotion. Add a second capper for even greater value there, right? Millz, as always, great having you on the show. To your success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But again, you and Brad with that UFC show coming up this weekend.
Yeah, man. Saturday morning, right after the Pick Dog show. I want to give a special shout out to everybody tuned in. Small things to a giant, just trying to grow and learn. But man, it was our first time hitting that 1K mark of viewers, and that's something, with the fight card coming out literally like 5 hours later, and we just did the show right there. We had our biggest follow up on that show, so appreciate everybody who gave us the time and everything like that. So hopefully we see you guys there again this Saturday right after the morning show.
You got it. Check them out, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, set notifications when Brad and Millz are live. You're live with them. Get the plays in real time, especially on fight day and fight night. Get the best numbers before they move. They do move, and that market, no doubt. All right, Millz, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Hopefully we all win our bets tonight and get rich.
You got it, Brad. We got with the Millz Young here on the drive-thru. He'll join Brad on Saturday. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, Wayne Scott. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Wayne in right now. Knows his hockey. Let's bring him in right now. Wayne, what's happening? You got you on mute there. You got to unmute yourself. No sound on that. No sound from Wayne Scott. Let's see. Maybe you got to sign out, sign back in. Maybe you kicked the desk again there, Wayne. He may have kicked the desk. That's usually what happens. He gets. All right, he's going to sign in, sign back out. Let me get to my pick, and then we'll get back to Wayne in just a second. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We'll get to my pick, and then we'll go back to Wayne once he gets the connection back on that microphone. Let's see here. I think we're ready to roll here with me. Let's get my game up here. We're going to be looking here at this Pirates and Cardinals game tonight. We got the Cardinals favorite here, pretty big, total 8.5. I'm going to be looking at the total in this one. We're going to go over the total of 8.5 here. Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. And here on the mound tonight, here will be. Oh, go good. When you hear Vince Velasquez, you say over, right? that is a pitcher there that's it's really tough to back. He's had his issues back with the Phillies. I think he was with the White Sox. He was with the White Sox last year. Finished with an ERA near 5. Right-hander in 2 starts, allowed 8 earned runs with 5 walks in 7 3rd innings. It'll be Jordan Montgomery here for the St. Louis Cardinals. Had a pretty good season last year. This year, 2 starts, 3 earned runs, 12 strikeouts in 12 innings. One thing about the Pirates, they are hitting left-handers pretty well on the road. And Velasquez, his form is definitely a major concern. So I'll be looking here at Pittsburgh and St. Louis over total of 8.5 runs. Guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium tonight. I've got a play on the board right now. I've got my Major League Baseball total of the day. It's up there. My $19 premium play hit already with the, of course, Rays run line, right? I think, was it 12 out of 13 that's come in? So that was a winner tonight. So, guys, get on board with me with that total tonight over at Pick Dogs and get signed up. Remember, my long-term pass, 3, 7, or 30 sports pass, get all my premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to my handicapper page and make that purchase and use the promo code PICK at checkout, you'll save 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's get back to Wayne Scott. Got some. He's got a pick for you on the ice tonight. So we'll bring him in right now. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's see if we can get him in right now. Wayne Scott. There we go, Wayne. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? You can hear me?
I can hear you great. All right, here we go tonight. We're going to the ice. It's Panthers and Hurricanes with Carolina minus 120, total 6.5.
Yes, sir. We got the last game of the season for both of these teams here. And before the Panther team, they got a 6-game losing streak broken, snap, overtime home loss to the Maple Leafs, 1-2. And then the next 6-game winning streak that they got snapped, they've been playing some excellent hockey. Their team is known for offense, 6 and goals scored. But in this winning streak, like I said, in their last 7 games, they've only allowed 1.5 goals, so they've been stepping it up on defense. And Carolina, they lost 3 games in a row, and they broke that with a home win their last time out, 4-1 over Detroit just a day ago. Don't give them much credit for that win. It's Detroit. This is a must-win for them tonight. They're trying to clinch the divisional title. They've been playing great defense all season, 2nd in the league. They're number 1 in the shot attempts that they allow in the season. And with this playoff atmosphere type game and with them trying to clinch home ice and the great defense they've been playing with the Florida Panthers been playing lately, I love the under in this one. The last 3 meetings that these teams have had against each other went under. Carolina Panthers 2-8 and they're 10 to the under. Carolina is 1-4 in their last 5 to the under when they're on the road, which they are. And they're 4-0 in their last 4 Thursday games to the under. Both of these goalies are the better goalies for these teams. Carolina have Anderson going up. He's 3-1 to the under his last 4, 3 games going under, and 1 game going over in his last 4. And Leon for Florida, he's 2-0 in his last 2 starts to the under. So I'm on the under 6.5, a little juicy at minus 125, but I like it here in the playoff atmosphere game. Must win for Carolina.
All right, we got Wayne here. Hurricanes, Panthers under 6.5 goals. Of course, Florida Leon, as this goaltender's been really sharp here. Look out for Florida in the postseason here. When I think over their past 7 games, they've given up 2 goals or fewer.
Yes, sir. As I mentioned, 1.5 to be exact. And like I said, not known for that, but having a match up against the Bruins, a tough style defense, I've seen they're just getting ready, man. These last 10 games, they're just tighten it up, playing way better in defense, and that's what you want to see coming down the stretch when you're getting ready for playoff hockey.
Playoff intensity is getting ready here. Monday is when we begin the Stanley Cup playoffs, so get ready here. But this is a big game here for Carolina as these teams are trying to work for the seedings here. Hurricanes, Panthers under 6.5. This one have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Every team in action tonight on the NHL, handful from baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Light card for me tonight. I have 2 picks in the NHL. I have my best bet in the NHL. My ice them up in the NHL for y'all to sale tonight, and for my second NHL play only for long term. So I'm always looking to get in a long term, 3-day, 7-day, or monthly pass, and let's get ready for all these playoffs and the MLB up.
That's right, guys. Got board with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dodge. Come have a nice day yesterday, so get on board with Wayne right now. Play the day up there on the ice. $15 premium play is up there right now, as well as the long-term passes. He's marked down his long-term pass, made it on special for 7 days. Got all of Wayne's premium plays here for 7 days. Would include all his baseball, all the NHL, Stanley Cup playoffs here begin on Monday, as well as the card tonight and tomorrow, and of course the NBA playoffs covered there within the 7-day pass. We got the tomorrow's teams that will compete for the 8th seed tomorrow. Those 2 games tomorrow. Then we get ready with the round 1 of the NBA playoffs. Those 4 games on Saturday. Those 4 games on Sunday. That 7-day pass will have you covered, man, including some of the games next week. So get on board. Pick is the promo code. You'll save 15% off. You add the second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Yes, sir. No problem, Tony T. Thank you, and y'all take care, Pick Dog family. Catch y'all next time.
You got it. Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. Guys, well, if you missed the pick, we're going to recap for you. So let's get to the recap board here, as I already gave out my play. We'll go ahead and bring it in for you right now. Shout out to the chat room, guys. Great contributions today, as always, in the chats. I think we're ready to roll here with the recap. Let's see. We're ready to roll here. Let's get it up here right now. Recap. We start with Alex. Alex liked the Avalanche. Laid the puck, a goal and a half, minus 112 against the Jets. El Ninos was the Phillies, plus 113 against the Reds. Al McMordie gave us 2 plays. He liked the Celtics, minus 2.5 games at minus 165 in round 1 against the Atlanta Hawks. So that means the Celtics must win that series either 4-0 or 4-1, and then you cash your ticket. Also, he gave out the 76ers, minus 2.5 games at minus 150 in round 1 against the Nets. Again, the 76ers have to eliminate the Nets 4-0 or 4-1, and your ticket cashes. Shane on the Predators, minus 153 against the Wild. Millz on the Yankees, Twins under 8.5. Wayne Hurricanes, Panthers under 6.5. I'll be on the Cardinals, Pirates, MLB over 8.5 runs. The one I like the most. Which one do I like the most? I think the Celtics can eliminate this Hawks team in at least 5 or less, right? Either the Celtics to win in 5 games or 4 games at minus 165. I like that one from Big Al here against the Hawks. What do you guys think in the chat, huh? All right, that's going to do it here for the show here. Let's just take a look at some of the scores. If you happen to miss them, we'll get the plays up for you here in a second here. And we had Athletics and Orioles. That's from yesterday, right? No, it's not from today, right? Today's action. All right, Orioles, I get it. A home run here in the bottom of the 9th, and they walk off here 8-7 against Athletics here. This game, Orioles were up big, and then, of course, Cole Irvin, right? If you are a run line, you're not really happy with Cole Irvin, right? It was pretty much a layup for you, right? You're playing the Oakland Athletics. It's a layup for you. And you walk out of there with just a poor start. And, of course, they made it 7-7, and then they get the home run there to win it there for the for the Baltimore Orioles. And, of course, everybody knows about this team, right? The Rays do it again. Not only they win, they cover the run line 9-3 here against the Red Sox. So impressive victory there for Tampa Bay. And, of course, we do have a game in progress right now. Just starting top of the first. Phillies and Reds, no score. Reds closed down to minus 114, right? We're seeing the 20s, 125s, but a little bit of Phillies money looked like at the end, and the total 9 juice to the under there. Of course, we do have some games here beginning in a little bit. We've got Twins and Yankees that we just covered right now. That starts top of the hour, as does the Tigers and Blue Jays. Look at that big number there on the Blue Jays here tonight. Tomorrow, I believe, should be a good one tomorrow. I believe the Rays go in there tomorrow against the Blue Jays. Keep an eye on that one. I believe it's Rasmussen and Barrios, and an early line. I saw Toronto favoring the game. That kind of startled me a little bit when I saw that. That was an early line that came up earlier this afternoon. Pirates and Cardinals, a game that I gave out today. Cardinals, you see a big favorite. Total still at 8.5. The juice now to the over at minus 112. Brewers and Padres tonight. I think there was some question mark here on the Brewers. So I think they may have gone. They've made up their mind. It's going to be Colin Ray. Looks like he will be the starter here for Milwaukee in this one, because there was some concern. There was some question marks on who will start. It will be Colin Ray, contract selected for spot start, called up from AAA Nashville. Ray will make a spot start for the Brewers in Thursday night opener against San Diego. 32-year-old is not allowed an earned run through 7 innings of long relief this season in AAA. So there you go. He had some experience in Major League Baseball. Actually, 27 starts in his career. Total of 36 games played, ERA 4.90, a whip of 1.36. This is Colin Ray, who gets a spot start here for the Milwaukee Brewers. Hadn't played in the Brewers organization since 2021. Just pitched 6 innings there of looks like relief baseball. Didn't even start that one, but had some struggles there, with Milwaukee. But he's hung in the minors. So we've got a minor league guy called up here for Milwaukee. The Padres favored here at minus 158, but we know the Brewers bullpen has been outstanding, but this is a big chore here for Colin Ray, the right-hander in this one, who was drafted back in 2011 by San Diego in the 12th round. So that's going to be tough there here for Mr. Ray facing this Padre lineup. So that's the update there with Colin Ray, the spot start. All right, and of course, that will close it out, right? That will close out our card here for Major League Baseball. It's a very limited card here, and that will do it. All right, guys, I'd like to thank you guys for joining us here on the show. And, of course, let's keep an eye on the live chat. Appreciate Ron Elson's contributions, as well as Jacoy Jackson and everyone else in there as well. And, of course, Jay Peasy joined us today. Blake was in there, picked zombies. We saw Brent Cook in there as well, Scotty Foster, Nunez, Steph, and more around social media. Appreciate everyone's contributions today here on the show. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. Still go up their plays live for here in prime time. Remember, tomorrow, 2 NBA. We've got those teams playing for that for the 8 seed tomorrow. The Thunder and the T-Wolves. And we also have Toronto facing Miami there. Not Toronto. It's going to be the playing round here with Miami in that one here against Chicago. Chicago and Miami in that game. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. Of course, we got a big 15-game card for Major League Baseball. I don't believe there is no day baseball tomorrow, so we'll have all the games in prime time. So make sure you guys tune in and like and subscribe and set those notifications. Be live with us. Get the plays in real time. Get the best numbers. All right. Remember, tune in here on to the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, 10 a.m. each time every single day. You got Mitch, you got Rod, you got Chris. It's the morning show with free picks there. Also, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, Bane Tools show, and his Nerfy as well. So lots of content from Mitch here on the Pick Dogs channel. Don't forget the Puck Dogs video series with Chris Rod Zawacki with those NHL videos. Ron Romanelli's baseball breakdown, giving a pick on every game on the board for Major League Baseball. Jay's Jam Session back again tomorrow. We got those 2 NBA games, so make sure you get his video drop in the morning. Then he comes back at 4 p.m. Eastern Time with a live show with a guest. So make sure you tune in there as well. Brad and Millz with the UFC show. They will be here on Saturday following the morning show, so make sure you tune in for that. David Racy with his short series. Jovan will be back with his parlay soon, so guys, make sure you tune in here. We should also have, I believe we have a new capper. One of the newer cappers should be joining us, if not tomorrow, next week, I believe, getting his equipment together. If you've probably seen him, it's going to be Nick Menken, a former Division I player. Has turned professional handicapper. He played baseball at Virginia Tech and at the University of Illinois. So we'll get to, and he kind of likes his analytics approach to handicap. Why not, right? You're in baseball. I'm pretty sure he has been, introduced to analytics there in his Division I college baseball. So big time collegiate baseball player joins the Pick Dogs and will be here on the drive-thru possibly early next week with Nick Menken. So he's off to a fantastic start there over on this side. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. Anyway, goodbye, guys. You guys have a great evening.